Sometimes life becomes heavy. Your heart feels tired. Your mind feels restless. And your soul feels like it has been tested more than it can carry. You ask yourself quietly, how long will this last? You make dua, you wait, you try to be patient, yet the pain does not seem to leave. But listen carefully, this is not the end of your story. This is the moment where Allah is preparing something far greater than what you are losing. Allah never ignores your tears, not a single one. When you cry in the silence of the night, when your heart speaks words your tongue cannot, Allah hears you. Even when people do not understand your pain, even when the world feels unfair, Allah knows exactly what you are going through. And He promises us that after hardship comes ease, not once but again and again. Patience does not mean you do not feel pain. Patience does not mean you are weak. Patience means you trust Allah even when you do not understand His plan. It means you hold on to faith while your heart is shaking. It means you keep praying even when answers feel delayed. And remember, delayed does not mean denial. Sometimes Allah delays because He is protecting you. Sometimes He delays because He's preparing you. And sometimes He delays because what is coming needs the right time. Think about the lives of the prophets, peace be upon them. Their journeys were not easy. They were tested in ways that would break ordinary people. Yet Allah never abandoned them. When everything seemed lost, Allah opened doors that no one could imagine. This is how Allah works. He fixes situations in ways you could never plan yourself. You may be asking Allah to remove your pain, but Allah may be using this pain to bring you closer to Him. You may be asking for comfort, but Allah may be teaching you strength. You may be asking for answers, but Allah may be teaching you trust. Every hardship has wisdom, even if you cannot see it right now. Do not rush Allah's timing. What is meant for you will reach you even if the whole world tries to stop it. And what is not meant for you will never stay, even if you chase it with all your heart. Trusting Allah means believing that He knows what you need better than you know yourself. There are moments when Allah fixes things quietly. Without announcements, without signs you expect, suddenly your heart feels lighter. Suddenly the pain does not hurt the same way. Suddenly you realize you survived something you thought would destroy you. That is Allah working in your life. If today feels heavy, remind yourself, Allah is not done with you. If doors are closing, Allah is protecting you from something you cannot see. If people are leaving, Allah may be removing distractions so you can focus on Him. If plans are falling apart, Allah may be preparing something better. Never underestimate the power of sincere dua. Never underestimate what Allah can change overnight. He can replace your sadness with peace, your confusion with clarity, and your fear with calmness. All He asks is that you trust Him and remain patient. Allah hears every tear in dua. Even when relief feels delayed, Allah is aware of your pain. And delay never means denial, it means divine timing. When a person is going through pain, one of the hardest thoughts that enters the heart is the feeling of being unheard. You make dua again and again, you cry in sujood, you whisper Allah's name in the darkness of the night, yet nothing seems to change. At that moment, shaitan tries to convince you that Allah is distant, that your tears are unnoticed, that your words are falling into silence. But this thought is far from the truth. Allah hears every tear before it even falls. He knows what is in your heart even before you are able to express it. Not a single sigh, not a single silent cry escapes His knowledge. There are tears that people shed in front of others, and there are tears that fall when no one is watching. Those quiet tears, the ones wiped away quickly so no one notices, are extremely precious in the sight of Allah. When your chest feels tight and your heart speaks without words, Allah understands that language. Sometimes you cannot even explain your pain to yourself, yet Allah already knows its depth, its cause, and its cure. Many people think that if Allah truly heard them, the answer would come immediately. But Allah's wisdom is far greater than our impatience. A delay does not mean rejection. A delay does not mean Allah is unhappy with you. Often delay means Allah is protecting you from something you cannot see. Sometimes what you ask for, if given immediately, would harm your heart, your faith, or your future. So Allah, out of mercy, holds it back until the right time. Think about how Allah responds to dua. Sometimes He gives exactly what you ask for. Sometimes He replaces it with something better. And sometimes He saves the reward for the day when you will need it the most. Every dua is answered, just not always in the way you expect. If Allah does not give you what you want right now, it is not because you are unworthy. It is because Allah sees the entire picture, while you only see a small part of it. There are moments when Allah allows you to feel broken so that you turn to Him with sincerity. When life is easy, people forget to call upon Allah. But when the heart is shattered, dua becomes real. Tears become sincere. Dependence on Allah becomes pure. In that brokenness, Allah draws you closer to Him. What feels like distance is often closeness in disguise. Allah reassures us again and again that He is near to the one who calls upon Him, near to the one who is struggling, near to the one who feels lost. When everyone else fails you, Allah remains. When doors close and people walk away, Allah does not abandon you. He stays, listening, caring, planning something that your heart will one day thank Him for. Sometimes Allah answers dua by changing your heart instead of your situation. The pain may still exist, but suddenly you are stronger. The problem may still be there, but it no longer destroys you. That is also an answer. That is Allah giving you peace before giving you relief. The lives of the prophets, peace be upon them, remind us that being beloved to Allah does not mean living without hardship. They cried, they waited, they were tested deeply, yet Allah never ignored them. Their relief came at the perfect moment, not a second too early and not a second too late. Your story is no different. Allah is writing it with the same care. So when you feel unheard, remind yourself that Allah hears you more clearly than anyone ever could. When nothing seems to change, remind yourself that Allah is working behind the scenes. When your dua feels unanswered, remind yourself that Allah is choosing what is best for you, not what is easiest for you. Keep calling upon Him. Keep trusting Him. Keep believing that every tear is seen, every prayer is recorded, and every hardship is temporary. One day Allah will lift what you thought would never end, and you will realize that He was listening all along. So hold on. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Keep believing, even when it hurts. Even when it is hard, because Allah will fix it for you, not always the way you want, but always the way that is best for you. And one day you will look back and say, now I understand why Allah made me wait. Trust Him. He never fails those who rely on Him.